We have studied so far the basic definitions and applications of optimization technique, mathematical modeling of linear programming problems and its solution by graphical technique, and we have also solved a few problems by simplex technique. The earlier problem solved by simplex technique was that of maximization type. Now in this class we are going to study how to solve a minimization problem by using simplex technique. So let us consider this problem. Minimize z is equal to x1 minus 3x2 plus 2x3. This is a very simple problem because we have taken only one type of constants. All are less than equal to type. So the objective function is minimize z is equal to x1 minus 3x2 plus 2x3, subject to the restrictions that 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 is less than equal to 7, minus 2x1 plus 4x2 is less than equal to 12, and minus 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 is less than equal to 10. x1, x2, x3 is greater than equal to 0. As I have told you several times in the past that to solve any problem by simplex technique, there are two prerequisites. Two conditions must be satisfied before we start solution of the problem by simplex. Number one, all the values on the right hand side of the constant equations or inequations should be positive. So in this example, we see that 3x1 minus 2x2 plus 2x3 is less than equal to 7. So 7 is positive. Similarly, 12 and 10 are all positive quantities. So one condition is satisfied. One condition is met. The second condition is that all the variables must have positive values. That is here x1, x2, x3, all these three variables are greater than equal to 0. I have also explained to you how to deal with problems when either a particular variable is say negative or simply say it is free. It may attain positive, negative or 0 value. Then if it is a negative value on the right hand side, then we change the inequations into say less than type into greater than type or greater than type to less than type by multiplying both sides with minus 1. But in this particular problem, we find that all the values on the right hand side are positive and all the variables are also positive. One more important thing that you may notice here, that all the constants are of less than or equal to type. So normally you might have observed by now that in the problem of maximization we have less than or equal to type constants, and here also we have less than or equal to type constants, and all constants are only less than or equal to type, no equal to sign, no greater than equal to sign. So what we do that we change the problem of minimization into maximization by multiplying the both sides of the objective function with minus 1. So this minimize z will become maximize minus z, which will be equal to minus x1 plus 3x2 minus 2x3. So say minus z is equal to z prime. So we say that our problem is maximization of z prime, which will be equal to minus x1 plus 3x2 minus 2x3. Subject to the given set of constants. So we only convert the minimization problem into maximization by multiplying both sides of the equation with minus 1. So minimization becomes maximization and the variables get changed in sign. So x1 minus 3x2 plus 2x3 gets converted to minus x1 plus 3x2 minus 2x3. Am I clear? I hope. So now what we do, because the constant equations are of less than or equal to type, so we convert them into equality by using the slack variables. So let S1, S2 and S3 be the slack variables. So what happens? The earlier equation is constant is 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3. So to convert it into equality, we add the slack variable S1. So 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 will be equal to 7. Similarly, minus 2x1 plus 4x2 plus s2 will be equal to 12, and minus 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 plus s3 will be equal to 10, and x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 all will be equal to greater than equal to 0. And our objective function maximization is maximize z minus z is, or simply z prime is equal to, yes, here x1 minus 3x2 plus 2x3 is minimization, so it will be minus x1 plus 3x2 plus minus 2x3 plus 0 into s1 plus 0 into s2 plus 0 into s3. Why 0 into s1, 0 into s2? Because slack variables are used with zero contributions, means they do not add anything to the profit of the products, or they do not add anything to the profit of the solution. So the solution does not get any benefit out of these slack variables. So these slack variables are introduced only to convert the inequations into equations. Now we transfer these data into simplex table. So you know the first line is the contribution line. First row is the contribution row. So here we write the coefficients of the variables in the objective function. So it will be minus 1, x1 is minus 1, x2 is plus 3, x3 is minus 2, 0 s1, 0 s2, 0 s3. So minus 1, c minus 1, then it is plus 3, the plus 3, minus 2, then it is minus 2, then it is 0, 0, 0, so 0, 0, 0. Okay, so we have written in the first row the contributions or the coefficients of the objective function in the first row. Now I have already explained to you that in the maximization problem or even in the minimization problem, we start with the worst possible solution. So our starting point is where the profit is 0 or negative. In minimization problem, the cost is infinite. So we start from there and slowly we go to improved solutions. So improvement in the solution takes place as we do different type of iterations until we reach the optimal stage. So our initial solution will comprise of x1, x2, x3, 0. So s1 will be equal to 7, s2 will be 12, and s3 is equal to 10. So what we consider that we produce only s1, s2, s3 in quantity 7, 12, and 10, so that it has no profit. Profit becomes, so if we put x1, x2, x3, 0, then s1, s2, s3 will be 0. whatever be the value of S1, S2, S3, because their contribution is 0, so the profit is 0. So we start with 0 profit and S1, S2, S3, and their quantity is 7, 12, and 10. Of course, cost per unit or profit per unit, whatever, if it is maximization problem, it will be profit per unit. If it is a minimization problem, then it will be cost per unit. So S1 has a profit of 0, S2 has a profit of 0, S3 has a profit of 0. Then we have three, say, constants. So the coefficients of all the variables in each constant line is written in the next row of the simplex table. So first in S1, first row, which comprises of the slack variable S1, X1 has a coefficient of 3, X2 minus 1, X3 2, S1 1, S2 0, and S3 0, because there are no S2 and S3 terms. So this is 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, then 2, 1, then 2, 1, and S2, S3 0, so 0, 0, and quantity already 7. Similarly, we write minus 2, 4, and X3 0, so minus 2, 4, 0. Minus 2, 4, X3 0, S1 is 0, S2 is equal to 1, S3 is equal to 0. So minus 2, 4, 0, minus 2, 4, 0, S1 is equal to 0, S2 is equal to 1, S3 is equal to 0. Now it is for third line, minus 4, 3, 8, 0, 0, 1, minus 4, 3, 8, 0, 0, 1. Now Zj, that will be the multiplication of the cost column and the values in the given in the first to last column. So here we multiply 3, 0, 0, minus 2 into 0, 0, minus 4 into 0, 0. So this value will be summation of all these is 0. So because here S1, S2, S3 all are equal to 0. So in every case the multiplication will be 0. Sum of the multiplication will be 0. So we write 0, 0, 0. And Cj minus Zj, this is also known as net evaluation row or index row, will be equal to, say Cj is minus 1 divided by minus 0. So minus 1 minus 0 is equal to minus 1, 3 minus 0, 3. So we simply copy down the values given in the contribution row, because if you deduct 0 from any value, it will be the same quantity. So we write all the values of the contribution row here. So minus 1, 3, minus 2, 0, 0. For maximization, because now this is converted into a maximization problem. So all the values should be either negative or 0. Then only the optimal condition has this. We find here that there is one positive quantity here against the variable x2. So this becomes the row maximum positive, the column corresponding to the maximum positive value of Cj minus Zj in the maximization problem will be the key column. So this becomes the key column. So we mark this as a key column. Now all the positive values in the key column are divided in the quantity column. So 12, we cannot divide 7 with minus 1 because this is a negative quantity. We do not consider negative value. So 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3, and 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3.33. So minimum value is 3. So we consider the minimum ratio, that is 3. So this row corresponding to the variable S2 becomes the key row. So key column means what? This X2 variable now will be introduced, and key row means S2 variable will go out. So in the next iteration, the new X variable means X2 will come. This will replace the S2, and because X2 has a contribution of 3, so now its contribution will be 3. Other variables will remain as such, but these values will change, every value. So to convert, to write the next table, first we write S1, S2 will be replaced by X2, and then S3. This value will be 0, this will become 3, and this will become 0 here. See, S1 0, X2 3, S3 0. And then we have explained to you that this is the key column and this is the key row. So intersection of key column and key row is known as the key number. So 4 is the key number. So in the next table, all the elements in the key row are divided with the key number, and we get the next number. So it will be 2 minus 2 by 4 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2, see, next to minus 1 by 2. 4 divided by 4, 1. Then it is 0 divided by 4 is equal to 0. Then it is again 0 divided by 4 is equal to 0. 1 divided by 4 is equal to 1 by 4. And then 0 divided by 4 is equal to 4. And 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Then now this value, how can we calculate this value? So you know the old value 3 minus 2 into minus 1. So minus 1 is plus, again it becomes minus 2 divided by 4. 3 minus 2 by 4, 3 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 5 by 2. So this becomes 5 by 2. And in the key column, except the key number, every number becomes 0 in the next table. So this becomes 0, 1, 0. All other numbers will be 0, 0, 0. So this 2 will get changed to 2 minus what? 2 minus 8 into 3, 24 divided by minus 4, that is minus 6. Minus 1 is plus, so 2 plus. So this 2 gets changed to here. See, 2 minus 0 into 3, 0 by 4. So 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. So same 2. Similarly, we change all the numbers. Then number comes 5 by 2, 0, 2, 1, 1 by 4, 0. And 5 minus 5 by 2, 0, 8, 0, minus 3, 4, 1. So Zj will be what? 5 by 2 into 0, 0. Minus 3 into 1 by 2 is equal to minus 3 by 2. 0, this minus 3 by 2. Similarly, 0 into 0, 0. 1 into 3, 3. 0 into 0, 0. So summation is 3. Likewise, you add all these things. Then Cj minus Rj means index row or the net evaluation row is minus 1 divided minus 1 minus 3 by 2 means minus 1 is plus, then minus 1 plus 3 by 2 means 1 by 2. 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Minus 2 minus 0 is equal to minus 2 minus 0 is equal to minus 2. So these are the numbers. So we see that again we get all the numbers are negative and 0 except in the first column here x1, this is 1 by 2. So there is only one positive number here, 5 by 2. So we divide 10 with 5 by 2, then it becomes 10 into 10 divided by 5 by 2. It becomes what? 10 into 2 by 5. This becomes 4. So this becomes 4. So this is the key row. This is not 1 by 4. This is 4. So this becomes the key row, and this becomes the key column. So intersection is 5 by 2. So this becomes the key element. Now what will happen? X1 will come in the next table and S1 will go. So X1 will come and S1 will go. So X1 has a contribution of -1. So we have X1, X2 and S3. See X1, X2 and S3. X1 has a contribution of -1, S2 has a contribution 3 and S3 has a contribution 0, -1, 3, 0. And all the elements in the key row will be divided by the key element. So 5 by 2 by divided by 5 by 2 is equal to 1, 0 by 5 by 2, 0. So see here 1 and 0. Then 2 divided by 5 by 2, 2 into 2 by 5 is 4 by 5. So this becomes 1 divided by 5 by 2, 2 by 5, 2 by 5. So 1 by 4 divided by 5 by 2 means this multiplied by 2 by 5. So becomes 1 by 10. So 10 divided by 5 by 2 means this becomes 4. So this becomes. Now all the elements in the key column becomes 0 except the key element. So here -1 by 2 and -5 by 2 will get changed to 0 and 0. Then say 2 will be, what will be the value of? Say here 1 will be changed to 1 minus -1 by 2 into 0, 0 by 0 divided by 5 to 0. So 1 will remain 1. 1 will remain 1. Simply then here say this value 0 will change 0 minus minus plus 2 into 1 by 2, 1 divided by 5 by 2 means 2 by 5. This will be 2 by 5. So this 2 by 5. Likewise, you change the values and then we calculate the ZJ. ZJ is equal to will be 1 into -1, 0 into 3, 0, 0 into 0, 0. So this becomes -1. 0 into -1, 0, 1 into 3, 3, 0 into 0, 3. So this becomes 3. Likewise, you calculate all the values of Zj, and Cj minus Zj is equal to -1 is equal to 0, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0, -2 by 5 is equal to -12 by 5. So we calculate Cj minus Zj means values in the native valuation row index row. So now we see that all the values in the native valuation row are either 0 or negative. So the optimal solution has been reached. What is the optimal solution now? Optimal solution is x1 is equal to 4 and x2 is equal to 5 and s3 is equal to 11. So s3 has no contribution, so we simply write x1 is equal to 4, x2 is equal to 5. So z prime is equal to what? Z prime will be your, this is your z prime minus x1. So minus x1 is equal to 4, minus 4 plus 3 into minus 3x2. This is plus 3x2. So plus 3 into x2 is equal to what? X2 is equal to here 5. So 3 into x2, 3 into 5, 15 minus 0. So 15 minus 4, 11. So z prime is equal to 11, and therefore z is equal to minus 11. So minus 11 is the correct answer. Minimization minimum value is minus 11. So this is the optimal solution. So what we have seen that there may be situation. This is the simplest case, of course, where you can simply convert the problem of maximization into minimization by multiplying both sides of the objective function with -1, and then you can get the final solution by solving the simplex technique as we do in the case of maximization. So I think you have understood this problem. Now in the next class, we shall consider other type of problems or big M method. So that we shall discuss in the next class. We stop it here. Thank you.